Alright guys, this very video one I want to watch right now, so now all about APC presidential candidate Bishop Bola Ahmed Tinubu, aka the Baba Blue Master. Now know who I dey talk about. When I look my screen very well, now go see the Baba Blue Master Bishop Bola Ahmed Tinubu and our number one failure for inside Nigeria, Mohammed Ibrahim. Guys, when I know say yesterday being 5th of December 2022, they host this man for Chatham House for London. They ask this man very simple question, KG1 question. They can't ask and say, okay, mistakenly now, they can't elect you as Nigeria president. How you go to handle the issue of security, this issue of oil tiftalize, the issue of this, the issue of that? This man not fit answer one question. This man not fit speak for himself. This man can't begin to call on a fellow party member with number one, he call on Kaduna State Governor L0NDON. Call on other party members like that. Now, my question I be say, when I want to ask my fellow Nigerians, somebody may be like say, no fit speak for himself, you no fit answer ordinary question. Now na they clap and they follow, even if say na they hungry. Somebody when no fit speak for himself. Imagine say na Peter Obi there yesterday. Una don't ever see where Peter Obi there for host time. Peter Obi or they look one side, they look screen, or they look paper, they speak. No, anything they ask them, if they throw the question back sharp. Well guys, for those of you who don't understand what they try to talk about, make I leave una jejeje, make una watch this full video. Well, I go see you now for the next update coming out soon. Respect, one love guys.
Unbreakable team. To demonstrate that, I will choose the first question, assign it to Dele Alake.
Okay.
And the second question, assign to Nasiru El-Rufai. And third question, assign to Ben Ayadi.
All right, so can we have a microphone coming in the front? And the first question is about blood oil. Oil. There, this gentleman.
My view on the nascent formation of a Nigerian mega opposition party, the All Progressive Congress, APC. The party went on to win an historic victory against the ruling PDP in February 2015. It has been in office for almost 8 years. Over the years, Chatham House has carved a niche for itself and built a reputation as a globally admired, respected platform for intellectual engagement on different issues of contemporary interest to people around the world. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is time again for Nigeria to go to the polls to elect the next set of leaders. The national election, which will take place in the first quarter of 2023, can be considered as especially significant in Nigeria's quest for democratic consolidation. The 2023 election will be taking place on the back of almost 25 years of unbroken civilian rule. That's a record. It is a record for the country which is worth entrenching and celebrating. Every election, wherever it is held, is important to the people or entity directly concerned. It is also important to the global democracy community as well. Equally, there are also countries whose elections, on account of their weight and influence, carry wider implications beyond their immediate geographical boundaries. Nigeria is one of such countries. one area wherein the government of the All Progressive Congress, APC, distinguished itself is election management. Today, elections are more credible than ever since the return of democracy since 1999. Recent statutory engagements, enactment, and allowing the use of technology, the tools for the accreditation of voters and transmission of results, will deliver the fairest and freest election in our nation's history. This is particularly important because the next president of Nigeria will have some tough choices to make and will not be able to do so with questionable electoral mandate. Ballot security and election violence are areas where there is cause for concern. There is an emerging trend of attacks against the personnel and infrastructure of the Independent National Electoral Commission in part of the country. At the same time, political conversations on social media have become more laced with violent rhetoric and threats of violence, retaliation against those opposing, perceived as opposing partitions. I stand firmly against all forms of electoral violence and intimidation. Having spent most of my career in political opposition, I have long fought against electoral malpractice. Any attempt to extinguish the legitimacy of choice of voters, I will continue to do so, I promise. I hereby urge all my fellow contestants in this election to do the same. Let the sovereign will of the people decide the path of our nation. And let this election be determined by voters, making their choice freely rather than domineering intimidation and trouble some few. Indeed, there's more than a passing interest in Nigeria. Politics generally and upcoming elections in particular for several reasons. For one, as Africa's most populous country and the continent's largest economy, it is generally acknowledged that fortunes of the African continent and indeed the black race is tied directly to the health of Nigeria. Also, the Nigerian elections of 2023 are coming up at a time when the country's immediate geographical neighborhood of West Africa and Central Africa is undergoing serious political turmoil that has manifested itself in the incursion of the military to power in a number of countries. In spite of legitimate concerns being expressed by observers, Nigerians are resolutely committed to democracy, regardless of their political differences. At the best of times, and with reference to its foreign policy orientation since independence in 1960, and since the end of its civil war in 1970, Nigeria has always crafted its domestic national security and economic development policies with some strategic foreign policy imperatives in mind. There is a close connection between domestic development and national security. On one hand, on the hand to prosper at home in peace and stability, Nigeria needs to uphold its national security, unity, territorial integrity, sovereign independence, and safety, as well as well-being of its people. On the other hand, to secure itself, Nigeria not only requires to build and enhance the capacity of its armed forces, but also the welfare and well-being of its citizens. Though a commitment to the promotion of human security, the country has attempted through government and other successive governments interface national security and economic development as two sides of the same coin, focusing equally on food sufficiency and sustainable development. Nigeria shares direct land borders with 4 African countries, with whose people Nigeria also share historical and cultural affinities. This effectively means that the relationship between Nigeria and its immediate neighbors is such that it's more than just a geographical expression. To be fully secured at home, Nigeria has always believed it must be the brother's keeper. It was out of this understanding that African Premier Regional Economic Community, the ECOWAS, was established in 1975. Uniquely, ECOWAS had embedded in its mandate the promotion of regional economic integration as good in its own right, and in addition understood sub-regional peace and security. I am convinced, as I am sure of most of us are, that the broad principle that enabled successive Nigerian government to interface development and security and established an organic link between the national security and economic development with regional peace and prosperity is both impeccable and remains relevant. It is an approach which I commit myself to.
Nigeria is a scam. Hey, nobody believe God though. Everybody not the same.